Hello, my friends, my family, my esteemed colleagues. Well, today I just want to touch base a little bit about this big scare that is going on now with this coronavirus. Public is being frightened to death. Doctors keep quiet because this is the pressure put on us. And why? Because what is the coronavirus? It's an influenza virus, nothing more than that. I used to call it cuaraña, one of these names of viruses. It is benign virus that will only attack weak immune system, and even then it may cause a death only in people who are really close to death begin with, extremely toxic, with very poor immune system. Otherwise, within 3 to 7 days, your body will overpower it and it basically goes away. Now, we are being scared with this coronavirus coming from China, apparently killing many people, which is all lie. So videos of supposed smuggled videos from China showed people dying on the street, just doubling up and falling dead, or entering elevator and then all of a sudden starting cringing, and as they exit the elevator they drop dead. When dissected, what is noticed that the whole insides are being fried, well, melted. This is not a virus. This is basically done through some electromagnetic frying, microwave. And since 5G was just installed, no doubt, absolutely no doubt it has something to do with this. And only selected people are being killed. Basically, most people that died from this, or they die from being shot because they are not wearing supposedly masks. You can hear on some videos which is happening in China. Now, why do lately basically all the viral infections come from China? Well, because whenever you have a communistic regime, people within it want to liberate themselves. So they are being silenced in different ways, but we know what Stalin did. We know what, well, some people don't know what Tito did in Yugoslavia before, just after the World War II. Basically, all these big leaders, Mao as well in China, and Xi Jinping now also. I mean, this basically, to quiet uprising, you get rid of those problematic people. Since there are many people, and usually it's certain provinces, well, this is all of a sudden where the coronavirus appeared. So they give you a name, they scare you, coronavirus, then they give you where it came from. Wow, the soup, murciélago, soup. Well, we know it's a baloney, same as they were promoting that AIDS came from monkeys, supposedly mixing with humans, no? In Africa, when we know that first AIDS sufferers were the gay population in California, where the virus was first tested. Okay, all those avian flu, pig flu, this coronavirus, AIDS, they are all bioweapons created in biolabs, military biolabs, for these purposes, to scare people so that they can implement drastic measures. So why this big scare? Who does the scaring? If it's always the media, just think who media works for. Now, of course, we do have also the so-called alternative media. But everybody who follows these guys should by now get this idea also that most of them work for the same masters as the major media. They just pretend to be different. You can see it in Alex Jones. He was always a scaremonger, and who joined him being as fearful or more now is also the health ranger. So they are all just scaring people. The latest article that came from a health ranger was that there is this virus is now jumping to animals, and in Mexico it's attacking dogs. This is impossibility, okay? It doesn't happen. It can mutate, but not in this way, not so fast, unless it was already prepared in this way and just spread around. And this is very easy to do, to spread these things. Plus, testing is not being done. They don't have test kits. So how do they know it's spread on dogs when they don't even have test kits to test them on humans? And if Mike Adams says, wow, this is now terrible, it's jumping, well, he should know better than this. So if he is doing this honestly by not being part of this propaganda system and just making mistakes, well, there's too many of them done back to back. So less and less, I believe that he is honestly a good guy. I think he is part of this whole twisted world, and he's paid by them. Because otherwise, why would you scare people with nonsense? As a scientist, he should know better. There is nothing to be afraid of, and this is why Trump's administration and Trump are not really doing anything crazy, like closing down airports, because this is basically what those who spread it around wants to happen. They want to freeze everything. They want to destroy economy by freezing everything, freezing airports, freezing ports, nothing moves, and this would be a death. Trump is not falling for it, and his administration, even though, you know, I still don't know why he's not doing things slightly faster, because a lot of people are in danger this way, as they would be if a coup was done. So I don't know how much benefit is that. I don't want to go much political, but to anybody with open mind, and especially if you know a little bit about what is coronavirus, what is virus in general. Virus is really very, very weak distortion of resonance, which body will be influenced by only if it is its own resonance is very weak. So if you eat correctly, or if your health is basically all right, you have nothing to worry about. So you have sniffle, big deal. You'll have it from regular flu, from regular cleansing. There's absolutely no problem there. If you want to protect yourself, use colloidal silver. Nebulize with it. The nanoparticle, forget about the ionic stuff. Has to have slightly yellow color because of the size of the particle. Because if it's smaller than nanoparticle, it does not have the properties it needs. It will not oxidize. So use the colloidal silver, swallow, couple swallows a day, gargle with them. You can even dilute it with water, it doesn't have to be so strong. And nebulize with it, so it goes into your lungs. Nothing to worry about. What you should worry is about those cellular phone towers, especially the complicated one with a thick wiring, because those are prepared to emit very strong radiation. And this radiation signals, they can fry you. It's microwave, high resonance energy. And it is meant exactly for this. So they introduce in complacent country like China, where they want to depopulate those unruly people that interfere with the communistic system. So they sacrifice them. They claim it's a virus. In matter of fact, they fry them down with microwaves. And this way they say to the world, look what is happening. And then they repeat, remember, whatever is World Health Organization involved in, just remember, they are controlled by the globalists, and they were the one that were spreading HIV through Africa. They are the one that are spreading through vaccines all the diseases around the world. So anything world-oriented is controlled by the same people that control the media. So it's all blasted on all sides, and for people to be scared, and also for the governments to give them opportunity now to use this as a pretense to do what the directive is, which is basically to prevent people from moving around, to lock them in a place, and this way there is no food distribution, and very easy to destroy people. So thankfully this is not happening still in the United States, and it's not happening in Europe, only in few towns so far. And those towns who implement this, you know that the government is crooked, because they cannot be that stupid not to know what is going on. So if they are complacent, they are part of the problem. Don't be afraid. You don't need any masks. Okay, washing hands, don't get crazy with it. It's not necessary to be crazy. Mild soap will do it, because virus is very sensitive. And again, the best bet is to have a colloidal silver and a spray, and just tuck, 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 spray, and very rapidly everything is dead, whatever you spray with it. And it is good for you. It's not toxic. It's healthy stuff. I don't want to procrastinate, beat a dead horse. There's absolutely nothing to be frightened but your own government. Like here, they are spraying again for so-called mosquitoes in asthma suits. Okay, so why don't they give asthma suits to everybody before spraying? Of course, they are spraying the people. Forget the mosquitoes. This was happening in China also. You could see those big trucks pushing the smoke out. Well, if anybody was dying from something, it was from the poisoning that they are creating, and has nothing to do with coronavirus. Okay, coronavirus is very mild virus. They say, oh, weaponized. Weaponized my you know what. It's mild virus. You weaponize it by spreading it around and then blaming deaths that occur on a virus, and who knows what was used actually to harm those people. It's definitely not coming from the coronavirus. You know, unless you are extremely old and barely breathing, this is not done by coronavirus. Okay, so much, very short video. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Bye.